Jonathan under pressure to run with Kwankwaso. There is a wave of excitement presently sweeping across the political landscape in the country. It is spreading like wildfire. It is currently trending news suggesting that there could be a possible alliance between the former President Goodluck Jonathan and former Governor of Kano State, Dr. Rabiu Kwankwaso of the NNPP. Everyone is talking about it. Many have been reaching out to friends and acquaintances, asking for confirmation of the news. Some are already in jubilant mode, believing that if the news was real, then there is hope on the horizon for Nigeria and Nigerians by 2027, when Nigerians will go to the polls again to cast their vote. To say the excitement this news has stirred within and outside the political circle has been intense will be putting it mildly. And the reason is obvious. A lot of Nigerians see these two distinguished gentlemen as leaders who understand the dynamics involved in running the economy of a massive nation like Nigeria. Many have argued that compared to what is obtainable today, the Nigerian economy was in a much better condition when former President Goodluck Jonathan was at the helm of affairs. Today, Nigerians are groaning under the weight of the economic policies of the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu administration. And through the federal government can be seen, and though the federal government can be seen to be making spirited efforts to get the country out of a rut and meet its expectations out of the people, there is still palpable hunger in the land. The Tinubu economic policies, which have been variously described as brilliant and appropriate by both local and foreign economic experts, are yet to yield the desired results. The people are clamoring for a change of baton, a new but tested and trusted leadership that will completely change the narrative for the better. And if the online comments and reactions are anything to go by, then the Jonathan Kwankwaso alliance for them is the way forward come 2027. Many Nigerians still think highly of the former president despite he has been out of office for several years. They remember his good-natured personality, his simplicity and empathy for Nigerians who elected him into office to bring them good governance and elevate their standard of living. They argue that you could see the commitment which he ran the nation's economy and the sincerity with which he led the whole administration and the country as a whole. He was a listening leader. He was an effective leader. He was a sincere and transparent leader who never tried to shortchange the citizens. His only minus his admirers have wasted was that he was not fortunate to have with him and around him people who share in his aspiration and vision of how a people should be governed. But regardless, he left his indelible mark on the sands of time and made a name for himself as possible the most impactful and sincere president had ever been. Sincere presidents Nigeria has ever had. For Dr. Goodluck Jonathan, the well-being of Nigerians and their matterness mattered most to him than politics or desire or power. Many still remember with a huge sense of gratitude how one simple action by the former president saved this nation from what could have been an unprecedented chaos and anarchy in 2015, when the results of the presidential election started coming in, and it was obvious where the pendulum was swinging. Goodluck Jonathan as the sitting president, rather than try to resist the outcome of the election by subverting the electoral power and the wishes of the people as expressed by their votes, he chose to take the honorable path. He did what no other Nigerian president had done. He put a call through to the president-elect at the time, Mohamed Buhari, and congratulated him. This was a move that was not hailed or approved by his aide and prominent members of his government, but the man felt it didn't matter to him what they thought of his action. What mattered to him was his conscience and the safety and well-being of the Nigerian people rather. Rejecting the result of the election could have resulted in anarchy of immense scale and proportion, and that was the last thing Jonathan wanted to see. Having such bloody and unpleasant incident attached to his name would have broken his heart, because that is not who he was. Until today, he has remained that man who places his country above himself and expects everyone else to do the same. No matter how strong your hunger for power is, he is a man that has shown clearly, like the legendary Aminu Kano, that politics should not be a matter of life and death, or at the very least, a matter of bitterness. If he truly served the people, then you will not put in harm's way the lives of the very people you claim you want to offer to selfless service. Rabi Musa Kwankwaso, on the other hand, needs little or no introduction himself. He is a former two-time governor of Kano State and a former senator who represented Kano Central District Orders under the All Progressive Congress Party, APC at the time. He also contested for president a couple of times, including the last presidential election. He is currently the national leader of the new Nigeria People's Party. Kwankwaso enjoys widespread support in the Kano and northwest Nigeria. He has been viewed as a charismatic populist. In 2011, he was re-elected governor of the state and went on to join the All Progressive Congress (APC) in 2014. In 2015, Kwankwaso unsuccessfully contested the presidential primaries nomination under the opposition of the All Progressive Congress, but lost to Muhammadu Buhari. In 2018, he returned to the People's Democratic Party and contested the presidential primaries, losing out to Atiku Abubakar. Without a doubt, the gentleman has shown that he is indeed a powerhouse when it comes to politics. At the highest level, he is no pushover. He enjoys tremendous support that cuts across party and affiliations. And from 2 spells as a governor of Kano State, he has proven that he is an immensely knowledgeable and capable administrator, and the well-being of his people of Kano State has never taken second place in his priority list. Like Jonathan, he also abhors violence. He detests politics with bitterness, and he has no place for corrupt-minded politicians who think of nothing but to loot the national treasury, blind at the expense of Nigerian masses. This is why many believe that a combination of Jonathan and Kwankwaso at the helm of affairs come 2027 will be nothing short of a guaranteed turnaround for the country. The country's economy is in stairs and the moment, and Nigerians understandably are looking everywhere for possible solutions, including the possible change of leadership at the ballot box. Come 2027, if you ask majority of Nigerians, going by their reaction, they have greeted the news of the alliance, a Jonathan Kwankwaso government, might just be it for them. From what city people gathered, the former president has already paid a visit to the home of the NNP leader, Rabi Musa Kwankwaso, and information was made available to city people is that a whole lot, ranging from state of a nation to the possible purposes of this alliance were thoroughly discussed. Nigerians should not be surprised if the news of a merger broken between the NNPDB and the PDB is broken in the coming months leading to the 2027 presidential election. Whichever way it goes, Nigerians are looking forward to a better tomorrow, one which they believe can only materialize with Jonathan and Kwankwaso at the helm of affairs. Make una really speak for us, abeg o. Make una stop am from today henceforth. Alright, on this note, we have come to the end of the news. We say thank you for tuning in to listen, and shall I come your way next time. Enjoy the rest of your day.